Joining us now to weigh in on this breaking story is a member of the House Oversight Committee and a member of the DOJ Subcommittee and a friend, Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett. Back on the program. Tim, first and foremost, I don't think I've spoken to you since you got kicked by that horse. I was on vacation. So let me ask, how you doing, brother? How's your health? You good?
It only hurts when my heart beats, Dan, so we're pretty good.
Okay. Well, you're above ground and not 6 foot under, so I'd say you're doing okay.
Well,
All right, let's just get your...
They say the Lord looks after drunks and fools, and I don't drink, so there you go.
Okay, well, you got too close to that horse. That makes the fool out of you. You got kicked. All right,
Yep.
Speaking of getting kicked, John Bolton got kicked in the face today, not literally, with an authorized search and seizure of any documents in his home that might have been classified. Gee, this reminds me of the day that CNN was out in front of my friend Roger Stone's house, or it reminds me of the day that they went into Mar-a-Lago and there were no classified documents, but they still went in. But Bolton talked about classified stuff in his frickin' book. So tell us about this, Tim.
Well, I actually called Roger this morning to talk to him about it. I tweeted about it on my X account. I just couldn't. I thought, there's a poor guy who's given a lot to this country. Yeah, he's a political man. That's his job, and he does a great job of it. And, they paraded him out in his underwear. He's an 80-year-old guy out there handcuffed in his underwear to humiliate him. And they alerted the press to it before he went out there. Yeah. It's just, those days are over. And I think there's a lot of people. I think the best job in Washington, D.C. right now would be a criminal defense attorney, because they're getting hired, because these folks have turned against our country. And I'll have to refer to some of your attorneys on the show what treason is, but I'd say this borders up to it. And then, of course, the cover up. Who allowed these people to do this? Right. And where did they leak this information to? And was there a quid pro quo? I mean, there's a whole lot in this, Dan, and it'll be weeks of this, but I hope it doesn't get bogged down in another Washington, D.C. sewer. And I hope we get to the bottom of it.
And Bolton isn't allowed to take out classified and top secret information and declassify it as a former DNI advisor. Sorry, only presidents can do that. So if they did, in fact, find classified information today in his home, he's in some deep doo-doo, as they say, right?
Up to his neck, I'd say, and he's treading that.
All right, I got your take on that. I know you got to run. I got a bunch of other D.C. headlines. I'm just going to run through them and get your take on this.
You got it, brother.
Mr. Radcliffe, thank you, Radcliffe. He's the one that provided Kash Patel access to some U.S. intelligence information, which Radcliffe and Kash say led to the Bolton raid. So obviously the CIA has got some info on Mr. Bolton. I don't know how much you guys hear about this stuff in the skiff behind closed doors. We don't know about, but was this something you guys knew, that the CIA was working with the FBI and the DOJ to go after Bolton and some of these other cronies?
Well, if I knew, I couldn't say, Dan. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Right. But Radcliffe's a stand-up guy. I like him a lot. I'm a fan of his. I think he's been put through the ringer. And I think Trump's got him in the right position. I look at the weak links in Trump's chain, and they're few and far between. Compared to Joe Biden's, but Radcliffe's a stand-up guy. I'd say when he calls, it's.
Well, don't forget, the bar was set really low. I mean, let's be real, right? The bar set pretty low after those years of JoJo and Kamala. All right, two other big headlines in D.C. Got to hit the Epstein files. Big release today. You knew this was coming. They started giving out the transcripts and the audio of Ghislaine Maxwell. And a couple of the quotes: Trump was always a gentleman. Trump never got a massage. Trump was never on the island. I mean, okay, these are things I all knew. Is there anything new that Ghislaine said that we didn't know?
There's going to be some more come out, but I think they'll split hairs on this stuff. But yeah, I think the main thing is that we knew Trump wasn't involved in this thing, or Biden would have put it out. The Democrats are just trying to tread water. They have nothing in their stable of candidates or anything. Their ideas: men wearing dresses, lose our energy independence, open the border, taking the sides of criminals in Washington, D.C., for goodness sakes.
Right.
They're scraping the bottom. They're reaching up to grab the bottom of the barrel, Dan, and you know it, and I know it. And the best thing they got going for them is Republicans are terrible at messaging, but America knows what's going on. and we'll just see what happens with it. But
I don't disagree
I'm
with you
that,
there. I wish the GOP get better at it. However, my last one to you, because I know you got to run, is this whole redistricting thing. Texas has got it approved. It's in their Senate. The governor's going to sign it. That's legal and legit. It was their year to do it. Now you got Newsom and the Democrats in Sacramento trying to pull off a special election in the next 3 months and rig the election for you all in D.C. so they can try and get more seats in Congress. What is the national GOP doing to fight back against this crap in California, Tim?
They better be getting in the courts, and they better start lining this thing up, Dan, because, and as you stated very well, in Texas, they were following the law. It is redistricting. It was the time to do it. California had actually passed a law where their legislature couldn't do it. Now the law is changing. They're trying to change it. Newsom has. And this is just about Newsom running for president. If that's the best the Democrats can do from a state that's running and definitely.
Oh, we got a $60 billion deficit. We're the number one in homeless. We're the number one in unemployment. And this clown thinks he can win the presidency in 3.5 years. Good luck.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.